People are turning into cotton candy. Clowns are taking over your town. Your girlfriend has gone missing. Now you're out of options. You just want to watch the stars and sell some ice cream. Well, let's see if Mike can rescue his girlfriend and save his town in this condensed version of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. The film begins with Mike and Debbie enjoying stargazing together. Their peaceful moment is disrupted by the entrance of an ice cream truck attempting to sell some ice cream to the crowd. The people there react with disapproval, booing and throwing their beer bottles to drive them away. As the ice cream truck departs, something glowing streaks across the sky above them. Intrigued, Debbie suggests investigating, and although hesitant, Mike eventually agrees to join her. Meanwhile, a local farmer, Gene, also notices the glowing object flying through the sky. Excitedly, he tells his dog that they're gonna strike it rich, mistaking it for Haley's comet that recently passed by. Grabbing his shovel and lantern, Gene heads towards the location of the flying object. Arriving at the site, he discovers a circus tent in the middle of the woods. Gene finds it peculiar that there are no people around, especially for a circus, and notices the absence of a ticket booth. Additionally, the tent doesn't resemble any typical circus tent that he's ever seen before. While searching for an entrance, a clown's shadow suddenly emerges and grabs his dog. Before he can react, another clown appears and shoots Gene with a ray gun, instantly incapacitating him. Mike and Debbie reach the circus tent. Debbie immediately senses something is wrong and urges Mike to leave. She tries to pull him back towards the car, but Mike insists on investigating further, believing it's not unusual to find a circus tent in such an isolated location. Entering the tent, they discover 3 doors adorned with red buttons. Mike impulsively presses a button, causing one of the doors to open and unexpectedly pull them inside. They quickly realize this isn't a typical funhouse or circus tent. Now panicking, they hurry to exit. Debbie points out that the shooting star they were seeking is actually the strange place they find themselves in now. Suddenly, they hear approaching footsteps and stealthily move towards another door to avoid detection. Inside the room, numerous cotton candy light bulbs hang from the ceiling. Mike speculates it's probably just a cotton candy factory, but Debbie dismisses the idea, noting that cotton candy isn't stored this way and suggests it might be a UFO instead. Mike shows her that it's all good and grabs a piece, only to discover Gene the farmer hidden inside, surprising both of them. A clown enters the room and adds another cotton candy light bulb without noticing Mike or Debbie. Mike spots the person hanging, but accidentally alerts them, causing a quick escape from the room while the clown grabs a popcorn blaster to chase after him. He shoots a bag of popcorn at them, but they manage to dodge the blast, although the popcorn still lands on their clothes, creating a mess. Wow, what a waste of popcorn. They flee the tent and soon encounter another clown crafting a balloon dog to pursue them. Mike and Debbie quickly get into the car and run over the clowns before they can be captured. Now the clowns continue their journey to Crescent Cove. Mike and Debbie hurry to the police station, where Debbie informs her ex-boyfriend Dave about the urgent situation. They explain to him that it's Killer Clown from outer space, attempting to harm them. Dave's partner, Curtis, enters the room and dismisses their claim, thinking they're just trying to make a fool at the police station. Despite Dave's hesitation about the truth of the story, he decides to accompany them and heads towards the so-called circus tent. Curtis mocks at Dave, believing he's foolish for wasting his time. In another part of the city, a puppet show entertains its audience as one puppet shoots another with a ray gun. The onlooker finds it amusing. Suddenly, the clown reveals himself and uses the ray gun on the spectator, transforming him into a cotton candy light bulb. In another location, a woman receives pizza from the clowns. Surprise! She ends up turning into a cotton candy. Elsewhere, another woman is handed a heart-shaped chocolate. But surprise! She's also transformed into cotton candy. The clowns are turning the entire city's residents into food. Back in Dave's car, he still has lingering feelings for Debbie, so he drops her off, hoping for her safety. Before he and Mike head to search for the circus tent to confirm its existence. Mike brings Dave to the location, only to find a massive hole in the ground. The circus tent seems to have disappeared. Feeling tricked, Dave arrests him for making him look like a fool. But Mike says he's not lying, it was here. Meanwhile in town, a clown arrives at a bar on his bike, and the bikers mock him. One of them even lifts and throws his bike down, then continues stomping it destroying it. Then he sarcastically apologizes. The clown, now upset about his broken bike, puts on his boxing glove. The biker taunts him. "What you gonna do? Knock my block off?" The clown responds by giving him the most devastating "sure you can," decapitating his head. On their way back to the police station, Dave drives by what seems to be an abandoned car, so he decides to investigate. He discovers one of the vehicles filled with cotton candy and broken glasses. He frees Mike, confirming the existence of the clowns. Meanwhile in the city, a clown warms up with rave techniques before presenting a shadow puppet show. He demonstrates his skills with a bunny and then a boat filled with people. Mike spots the clown as they head towards the police station. He urges Dave to hurry and shoot the clown, but Dave insists on observing what happens first. The clown transforms his hands into a T-Rex claw and devours the people at the bus stop. Mike shouts loudly. They attempt to run over the clown with their car, but he evades them by leaping into the air and vanishes. Back at the police station, a clown enters and offers Curtis a flower. Playing a prank, he squirts water in Curtis's face. Haha, got him. Curtis remains convinced that the town is playing a collective prank involving clowns and still doesn't believe it's real. He tries to arrest the clown, thinking it's a teenage prankster, but the clown slips out of handcuffs and moves towards the other prisoners. As the clown heads into the cell, Curtis attempts to strike the clown with a flashlight, but it has no effect. The clown then blows into his party blower, which transforms into a claw that grabs Curtis and smashes him into the jail cell, incapacitating him. Dave finally arrives at the police station. He discovers clown footprints scattered across the walls and 2 light bulbs filled with cotton candy inside its cell. Being freaked out by the situation, he returns back to the hallway. This time, witnesses a clown manipulating Curtis like a puppet. Curtis warns that their intention is to eliminate all humans, and then the clown removes his hand from his body. Dave fires several rounds at the clown, but they prove to have no effect. However, he managed to land a shot on the clown's nose, causing it to explode into confetti. Back in town, we witness the clowns vacuum up all the people they've turned into cotton candy. Mike and his friends, driving towards Debbie's house, witnesses this horrifying scene. A person hiding in a car also tries to escape, but is caught by one of the clowns and also turned into a cotton candy. Mike urgently tells his friends to leave before they suffer the same fate. In Debbie's house, the laundry basket containing her clothes, now filled with popcorn, begins to stir. 2 clowns' head emerges from the popcorn basket, attacking Debbie. More clowns appear from behind her. She fights them off using hairspray. Suddenly, a giant clown emerges from the toilet. It's a good thing she wasn't taking a number 2 when it came out. She grabs a shower head and thrusts it into the clown's mouth, buying herself enough time to escape. As she reaches the doorway, she hears knocking and Mike's voice telling her to open up. She quickly opens the door, only to discover it's actually a clown mimicking Mike's voice. With nowhere else to escape, the clown shoots her with a ray gun, trapping her inside a massive balloon. Mike and his friends arrive just in time to witness Debbie being abducted, and they immediately give chase. Dave spots Mike during the pursuit and follows them to the amusement park where they have taken Debbie. At the amusement park, the security guard informs the clowns that the park is closed and they have to leave. Ignoring the warning, the clowns exit their tiny vehicle one by one, each holding a pie. They launch a barrage of pies at the security guard, transforming him into an ice cream sundae. Wow, no cherry with this ice cream? Oh wait, there it is. Dave, Mike, and his 2 friends arrive at the amusement park, determined to rescue Debbie. Dave advises them to target the clowns' noses to defeat them permanently. He opens up a door to the next room, inadvertently causing Mike's friends to fall into a ball pit, separating them from the group. Mike recognizes their location and leads Dave towards a cotton candy room, now filled with even more townspeople. They search for Debbie among them, focusing on finding the yellow balloon. As they cautiously explore, a clown enters the room, prompting them to hide. The clown then takes out his Chuck E. Cheese straw and begins drinking from one of the cotton candy. Then he politely exits. They finally locate Debbie's balloon and free her from it. More clowns appear, forcing them to hastily depart without the opportunity to search for additional survivors. Dave dispatches one clown, and they hurriedly move into another room. Navigating through an obstacle of balloons, they reach a door that opens into a hallway lined with numerous doors. They proceed into a dead-end room where a group of clowns awaits them. Mike's friends crash through the wall with their ice cream truck, creating an opening for them to enter. However, the truck suddenly fails to start. Out of nowhere, from the ceiling, descends JoJo, the Clownzilla. JoJo begins smashing the ice cream truck, but Dave, Mike, and Debbie escape. Jojo then hurled the ice cream truck across the room with Mike's friend still inside, causing the truck to explode, resulting in their demise. Dave decides to act as a diversion, while Mike and Debbie make a break for safety to seek help. Dave fires multiple shots at Jojo, but they prove to have no effect. Simultaneously, the circus tent spaceship begins to take off. Jojo grabs Dave, but Dave uses his badge to pop Jojo's nose, triggering a chain reaction that causes the spaceship to explode spectacularly like the 4th of July. The film ends with a clown car landing in front of Mike and Debbie. To their surprise, it's Dave who emerges from the car, having survived the explosion. Also, Mike's friends also appeared. They managed to survive by hiding inside the freezer. Of course they all survived the deadly explosion.